Hey everybody, how we doing today? I'm just going to talk about burning incense. We're going to have a live chat. We're just going to hang out today. It's the weekend, or it's just about the weekend, and we're going to talk about burning the incense. I want to talk about more about this on my channel. Y'all know that I was working on a documentary series, and I'm going to do more of that in the future. I'm going to see if anybody wants to pop in today, see how everybody's doing today. See, I might just adjust this a little bitty bit. That's a little bit better. How's everybody doing in the fragrance world and the fragrance life? I'm just going to show my. I'm going to wait and see if anybody wants to pop in here today. I'm just going to talk about burning incense, how I do it, what's it all about, and maybe what are some of the benefits of burning incense. Hello, one person who's there. Um, again, before I start, you don't have to buy any of this setup. All you have to do is get yourself a nice ceramic bowl. You could buy the cheapest one at a thrift store, an old one you don't care about anymore. Fill it up with dirt. Sand, I think, is the best thing to go for, but you don't even have to have that. You can just get dirt from your backyard. Fill it up about, I don't know, at least 2 inches, maybe three, maybe four if you have a big bowl, and that's going to be perfectly fine. The most important thing you need is just a container, something that's safe that can absorb the heat safely and disperse the heat. And then you need your fuel source. Of course, you could use a Bakor, an electric one. A lot of people in the West in the United States don't have one of those, don't know where to buy them, maybe aren't comfortable with them. This is probably the most common way you're going to know how to do this with some of these charcoal tablets. They're easy to light, they're easy to burn. You can just use an average lighter and burn one real carefully and quickly put it down. The safer thing to do is to buy some tongs and to have your lighter and light it underneath. What I like to do, and perhaps the most convenient and easiest way, is to buy yourself one of these lighters that's more of like 90 degrees or more of a jet. It's a little bit sometimes not reliable to light. There it goes. It'll go for a couple seconds, and that's all I need. Anyways, um, beautiful stuff. Very cheap, very affordable. This one's called like Swift Charcoal or Swift Light, I believe. Swift Light charcoal tablets. Anyways, what I have here, my setup, is this little bowl. I bought this from Soul Niche. It's a soapstone bowl. It's nice. It looks like a nice presentation. It was about 20-25 bucks. You have some nice sand in there. I have another big trick to show y'all later on. The biggest trick, the most important trick to burning incense. But my favorite, one of my things I love to do is to save you a little bit of time having to clean up. I mean, you might not care about keeping your sand very clean or what's inside your bowl very clean. You could keep using it over and over if you wanted to, but ash doesn't exactly absorb the heat very well. What I like to do is buy a little ceramic container. I bought this little. This is like for dips. This is like a little sauce container, like a saucier. I'm not Ray Lewis. Ordered Mercedes-Benz Select today. I don't know much about that one. What does that one sound like? Is it any good? I know I talk about fragrance and perfumes and those things, but today I wanted to talk about incense. Hang out with y'all. I will talk about anything that you like. We're not going to get into Baby Yoda and stuff like yesterday, but oh my goodness, that was a trip. Anyways, my friends, this is good stuff. This is the way I like to do it. You don't have to clean up your ashes very much. All you have to do, this is actually my ashes from last time I burnt some incense. All you have to do is throw it in your yard. Actually, throw it in your plants. It's fantastic for fertilizer. Just toss it, and there you go. And again, you want to use a bowl, and you want to use one of these little sauce dishes that you don't care about because this incense and this stuff will tar and burn and get sticky. It's very hard to clean off. So just make it your dedicated thing for incense. One purpose. You always go back to it and use it every time. That's the way I like to do it. Um, Anyways, yeah, everybody, share your scent of the day. What are you wearing? How are you doing? It's a beautiful day. Sorry I didn't do this earlier in the morning. I wanted to, but it was actually a big thunderstorm. I told y'all a big thunderstorm was coming. I could sense it, and actually, just about all last night, it was really windy. I heard some branches crack. It was thundering all night long. So we had some serious weather last night. But today's a lot nicer, but there's still clouds. You can still tell there's air movement. Anyways, let's see. How, let's burn some incense, guys. Let's show y'all my whole setup. I'm gonna do a real actual video, a actual recording of this. I just wanted to do this live for y'all. I wanted to showcase this for y'all. So all you have to do, again, you can buy tongs and use a regular lighter and light underneath your charcoal and put it down. What I like to do, the lazy way, is just to put my charcoal tablet right there in the ceramic sauce bowl on top of the sand in the dish. It's windy here. Where are you, Scent Alchemist? Scent of the day is Interlude Man. Great choice. Very smoky, very incensey. Kind of appropriate because we're talking about incense today. Anyways, again, you want to pay close attention because if you're buying the real deal charcoal for incense, it's going to have a little divot. Hopefully y'all can see that. This little cutout and this little space. It's kind of shallow. That's for your incense and also for another special thing. You want to put a little bit of salt on top. The salt helps disperse the heat a little bit more evenly. It helps you get a better aroma, and it helps it just burn a little bit more slowly. So what you're going to want to do is get a couple pinches of salt. Let me see here. I'll count them. Let's see. I got about maybe 5 or 6 pinches of salt. You can just fill it up as much as you want, really. Anyways, and that's all you have to do. Now, let me talk about some of the incense that I like to burn and some of the incense that I own. Let me know, do you burn incense, any of y'all? What do y'all have? I have some sage here. Sage is always a good go-to. Palo Santo is a gorgeous, almost sour incense-like wood. It's gorgeous. It's very calming and meditative. Palo Santo is one of my most favorite things ever. Gorgeous. Eastern Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee is fantastic. Scent of the day is Frank Oliver Eau de Passion Intense. That sounds pretty nice. I heard those Frank Oliver scents are really good for the money. I heard them getting some talk. I think Kubanos talked about those a couple times. Must be good fragrances. Mr. Miami Cuddle says not Oliver. Ollie. Oh, Olivier. I get you. I wasn't even reading that. I'm being lazy. Y'all, I'm just chilling out with y'all. Michael Sewell says scent of the day is Jubilation 25. A great choice. One of my favorite fragrances. One of the best. In my opinion, at least. So, I bought most of my incense through Soul Niche. You can get this brand at other places, but there's a brand of incense, blends, and it's called Three Kings, and it's probably one of the best go-to incense blends for the money. Basilica is the most citrusy one I've ever tried. I actually find it too citrusy. If I burn this, I use very little because it's very potent. It's very citrusy. It's pretty happy. I like more meditative stuff usually. I like Celtic Blend a lot. Celtic Blend is probably my favorite overall. It has some nice herbs and some almost has like a lavender type quality to it. Very meditative. It smells a little bit old world like. It doesn't smell exactly like leather, but kind of reminds me of leather in an odd way. I really like copals and opals, and let me see here. Darren Cooper says scent of the day is John Varvatos Artisan Pure, but I am thinking of just ordering Mansara Sand Oud. Sand Oud's not bad. It's a very wearable, more of like a dry, sandy of course, sandy fragrance is in the name. It's not a bad fragrance at all. It's not as a mass appealing or as big as a compliment getter as other Mansaras, if that's what you care about, because it's not very sweet. It is a little bit different. And so it has almost a menthol-like feel because it's, dry and Arabic and Middle Eastern kind of smelling. Fragrance Ninja says, "What's up, man? What's new, my brother?" Doing good. Just talking about incense today. Hanging out with y'all. Having some fun. Got the dogs going on over there. Um, I'm just talking to y'all about, my incense setup. Hopefully y'all like it. Do y'all burn incense? Let me know if y'all do. I'm about to light this sucker and burn some incense with y'all. I think I'm gonna go for my black copal. It's one of my favorites. I have a big bag of it. It's calming. It's kind of sweet. It's smooth. It's pretty simple for an incense, but black copal is one of my favorites. Beautiful stuff. And again, Airage Perfumes collaborated with me. If you want some green hajari, they're fantastic. Another good place to go is Sabili. But again, Airage Perfumes has a really good price. Got our alert dogs over there ready to fight. Got people over there again. Anyways, how are y'all doing this evening? I'm just chilling out with y'all, having a good time. Yeah, Darren Cooper, I'm here for you, man. And that Artisan Pure is a great fresh fragrance. That's a great fragrance, no doubt about it. Nothing wrong with that one. Let me see if I can't even, I don't want to cut this, but I might have to. So it's sticking a little bit hard today for me. Struggling with a bag. They make them so small. There we go, I finally got it. So everybody. Thoughts on Happy Land Home for the holidays? Really like it. Honestly, I haven't gotten to try that one yet. I really want to try that Cravat Noir. I heard it's an even better version of Tuxedo. Mr. Miami Cuddles keeps telling me about that, and then I think he's telling me I need to try it. I really do need to try that one. It sounds really nice. I might just burn a lot today of the black copal. I might just burn this whole big chunk here. I'm going to sit out here and chill with y'all. That's a lot of black copal. I don't know if I want to go that big. I probably would be good with half that much. Let's break some off. And do y'all see that inside? Do y'all see the resins and how ambery it is? It's gorgeous. I don't know if my camera is picking that up very well. If it's going to focus. Come on, focus for me. Can y'all see that? That's gorgeous. It's clear and crystalline. Gorgeous stuff. How are we doing today, though? Do y'all like me talking live? Do y'all like me being live and hanging out with y'all? Having a good time? No, they're not bothering me. They're good. If y'all want to... Dogs are going crazy. Fighting off people. We're really close to a walkway. Like, people walk and hike and make noises all the time. Hey, Ray Ford's in the house. Again, thank you so much. I did get your package yesterday with all those Armani Privé fragrances, and I got to showcase those soon. So if y'all want some decants, Swift Sense is really treating people right, and they're really generous with me, helping me get samples and things. So definitely check them out. Do you think Frederick Mall is overrated? Honestly, I have to be 100% transparent. I haven't tried a lot of Frederick Mall. It's one of those brands I don't have a lot of access to. That's not just available to me really whatsoever. And I've slowed down just blind buying samples a lot because every sample, or most samples that I've showed y'all, I didn't get those for free, most of them. And I tell y'all whenever I collaborate with a brand, samples can cost me, $5 to $10 a piece. And in my situation, that's a good meal. So I just don't want to pay out that kind of money right now. I don't have that much income to just frivolly just spend $5 or $10 just to review a fragrance another niche fragrance. But I hope to be able to try them soon. Go to a big boutique, go to a big city, and try out some more of those big name fragrances. I'm excited to try some more. I've heard Portrait of a Lady is good. I need to try Brigand, I think is made by the brand Brigand. Let's see here. I'm in the southern part of the state with Mr. Miami Cuddles. Scent of the day is Siberian Summer. Love my oud. Yeah, I like oud too. It has to be done right, but I am kind of a fan of oud. I don't like animalic oud too much myself, but Ray Ford says evening. Nah, Frederick Mall is excellent. I bet it is. I bet it's good stuff. Nasamato is overrated. Um, I don't know. It might be. The only fragrances I hear talked about much is like Pardon, Black Afghano, Hindu Grass sometimes gets mentioned, but Nasamato doesn't get mentioned a lot. I mean, they have a few fragrances that some people like. Oh, and Baranda, I think is that boozy one that people talk a lot about. But I don't know if Nasamato is mentioned that talked about too often. I don't know. I have three. Oh, and you don't like them. I guess you just don't like them. I tried Pardon. It might be expensive for what it is, but I thought Pardon was excellent, personally. Ray Ford says, I think we have six more still to send. Oh, goodness. You're going to send me the whole collection. I'm grateful to try those. I really like that the Cure Coir Noir, that leather, smoky leather one, and there was like a musk one, like musk malaki or something like exotic, and that one was really really nice as well from Armani Privé's collection. Um, and I'm not a big fan of honestly Dior's exclusive line, and or Dior or Chanel's. I guess I'm an Armani guy if I have to go for exclusive lines. Of course, Tom Ford is very respectable, but some of theirs are hit and misses as well. I kind of like Armani's better. I, it, People are picking sides. That's why I'm laughing. People seem to be picking sides with Guerlain and other brands. I guess if I'm gonna pick big sides, if Hermes is considered a designer, I'm an Hermes guy, and I guess if we have to stick to a mainstream or more well known niche brand, and I had to stick to it and say it was the best, going down with the ship, Captain. I guess I'm an Armani because I do like Armani's Privé's collection. That's nice stuff. Let's see. Swift Sense is in the house. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Scent of the day is a Carolina Herrera Min Privé. You the man, Senadar. Hey, Holy Spirit Fire TV. That's awesome. That's another one I gave to my brother for Christmas, and that's a great date night. A great night. That's just a great fragrance all around. Some people tell me the performance is not good at all, but I always got like 5 or maybe 6 hours, and some people say they get more. So my skin usually doesn't do too well with fragrances. So if I get 5 or maybe 6 hours, I don't think the fragrance is doing terribly with performance. Um, Christian M says, "Hey everyone, scent of the day is Almas by Boadicea the Victorious, and scent of the night is White Kinam by Insar Oud with Cambodi Cacao by Ansar Oud. Oh, did you blend them? Did you mix those? Those that sounds really exotic, and I didn't know there was a oud chocolate fragrance. That Cambodi Cacao, is that a chocolate oud? I might just have to get my nose on that. You're intriguing me, man. If chocolate's used right in a fragrance, I'm all over that sucker. I'm all into that. Let's see here. I have three from Navitas by are I'm off if you're interested. Absolute. Yeah, I haven't reviewed any of those. I think that's Redolescence's new line. I haven't tried any of those. I'd be super super grateful because I know people want my input. They want my thoughts, and I haven't gotten a sample of that or Jeremy Fragrance's Date for Men. Um, I gotta review that. I know y'all want to hear my thoughts about that. Scent of the day is Italian Caramel by Alexandra. I've heard that's a great fragrance. I've heard it's very sweet. Of course, a caramel fragrance. I gotta try it. Insar Oud is king. Um, all I could afford was a 2 ml decant of EO number two. I'm sure it's expensive. I bought from, it might have been Insar. There was this one called Grease, something Grease. It has more of a gray tone to it, and I think I paid almost $15 for like a mini sample. It wasn't even a spray. It was like one of those daubers So it wasn't even a full meal, and it cost me like almost $15. It's not cheap. That stuff is not cheap. Um, well, I was wondering about your thoughts on a cheap classic, masculine since like a Zorro Ohm to back Jovan appeal. Let me see. Some fragrances are really good that are more vintage. Dracar Noir is very respectable. I don't usually gravitate a lot towards the cheapies anymore, honestly, my friends. I used to have a bottle of Azaro Chrome Legend, and I sold that off in a cheapy bundle. I let it go away super cheap. Um, there's just a lot of those just don't work for me. Some of them just seem too aquatic. I usually don't like designer aquatics too much. But there are a lot of affordable 80s hits that are great out there. I mean, Jupe Wild is very respectable. There's a number of fragrances out there. They're very nice for the money. Um, I just don't own a lot of them. I need to get David off Zeno. I need to get Zeno again. I think my dad had it. I think he might have sold it, but Zeno is a great fragrance for the money. I mean, I talk about Zeno. Anateus, that's not a cheapie, but Anateus is great. Trying to remember, David off Silver Shadow is pretty good. I like Silver Shadow. Trying to remember some other ones. Oh, I don't know. I have some videos about top 10 like vintage fragrances or classic 80s, 90s fragrances I did a long time ago when I first started reviewing. Y'all might want to check those out. Maybe I should do some more of those videos. Y'all might like those. Um, let's see here. Hopefully that answered your question, my friend. Mr. Miami Cuddles says Christian M. Big money for that Bodicea. Very true. Very expensive, Mr. Miami Cuddles. I was doing testing today, and the CHMN Privé destroyed Prada, Luna Rosa Black, and YSLY on my skin. Um, yeah, YSLY is very light on my skin. Prada Luna Rosa Black has an interesting, almost, it's not piercing, but it has an interesting, that amber quality comes through. But yeah, for me, Prada Luna Rosa Black did have more of a musk-like quality. It did seem to be a little bit more in the background. But ladies seem to be able to smell it a lot more than I could. But I agree, CHMN Privé, even though it's not a big performer, it's not, I don't think it's as bad as some people say. At least that's my experience. With longevity. Yeah, I think it lasts a little bit longer than those. Prada Luna Rosa Black honestly didn't last too much. It didn't last too long on my skin either. Swift Sense said, I still have to do a review on Virtus, but we'll send them to you after that. I'd love to get your take. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, and I look forward to your review. I look forward to your thoughts. Tabac is nice. Yeah, Tabac. I haven't tried that one, Tabac. I don't think I've tried it, Mr. Miami Cuddles. One of the best cheapies. Holy Spirit TV says I tried to order candles, and the credit processor was down ? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if his credit processor's down. I don't think it is. I would imagine that he's possibly using PayPal, but I'm not sure. I definitely would reach out to him and message him. Holy Spirit Fire TV. Some people are saying a website is under construction still. Ben kind of leaked it. I did. I thought I searched it up. I found your website. You didn't even send it to me. But I talked about your fragrances and I wanted and some of your candles, so I wanted to put your name out there. And I'm sorry if I kind of put out your website prematurely. I'm sorry about that. Daniel San says, "Dude, I'm really into incense. I've done several reviews on incense from India and Japan. I need to catch up. I missed those. I need to catch up, man. I'm gonna burn some black copal here in a second. Let's light that. Let's do that. Let's see if I can't get this lit. Were you here for the first part of my video? What I like to do is this is a soapstone container. I have my lid over here. I have my sand underneath. I have a ceramic container, and then I have my my charcoal, and then my trick The real trick to incense is to use some salt to disperse the heat, and you get a much better aroma. And what I like to do is use one of these little propane torches, if I can't even get that to light today. If I, this thing struggles a lot, so forgive me, everybody. There we go. I'm getting it to go now. I just go all around the edges and light that sucker, and then it slowly starts to burn, and it really catches on. This thing's working a lot better today. I'm really holding it down. There we go. That should be more than enough. And then we got the crackle. I love this Swift Light stuff because it tends to crackle, sparkle. And trust me, this stuff doesn't look like it's doing much. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it's doing much, but you put your hand underneath it and you start feeling the heat start to grow, and then it lights and then it grows, and you start seeing the white on the edges of it, and then it starts burning your incense. At first, your incense isn't going to burn very much. It's going to take a little bit of time. And of course, if you want it to light faster, I mean, you get that sucker out and, you go around the edges a little bit again and light it a little bit more, if that's what you want to do. See, it's all good, bro. No, I just got here. Let me catch up with the conversation. Okay, and Mr. McCulls, thank you. I haven't worn it in ages. Pretty solid oud fragrance. Yeah, we're getting some of the burn now. Let's see, Mr. McCulls says, I spend all my money on Frederick Mall and make it up with tobacco. It's all good, bro. Yeah, I'm here for you. Trying to help out. No, I just got here. Yeah, now I'm burning some of this black copal. I got this from Soul Niche. This is one of my favorite ones. I like I like copal. I'm trying to remember the name of the other one. I think it's like Casper. I like some of that more. And Open Axe. I love Open Axe as well. Yeah, I'm recommending. The Black Opal is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I'm burning it right now. Y'all see that? I'm hanging out with y'all this evening. It's starting to ooze and it's starting to melt on the bottom there. Can y'all see that layer of salt I have underneath it? That's the real trick. That's the beauty. And this is burning a lot faster because I I lit the charcoal. I really put the flame on it really heavy. Usually you don't. It takes a little bit of time for this to start burning. So I don't know if y'all can see that. The power of the internet, the power of technology. You get to see me burning incense. Do y'all see that oozing? It's starting to melt. Anyways, I think it's fascinating and I love it. It's one of my favorite things out there. See, I have some Mysore. Oh, do you mean sandalwood? You said cedarwood, incense on the way from Lucky Scents. How expensive was it? I thought Mysore was really expensive. I have some incense sticks, and I'm gonna share with y'all some incense sticks in the future too. I got all kinds of incense stuff. Um, it's all good. It's all good. Mike says I have. Okay, and Mike also says I light my Sweet Dreams candle from Aroma to join the fun. Yeah, everybody, light your candles. Join in with me. Do you have any incense recommendations? Yeah, I really like Soul Niche. They do have a discount code. You probably want to find the discount code. I think it's on. You can buy on their website. It's a great brand. As far as incense go, it might be a little bit more expensive, but the price for how long this stuff lasts you, unless you burn incense like regularly, like religiously, this stuff isn't bad for the price. And Celtic Blend is one of my favorites. They have one called Casper. I like the Open Axe. I like the Black Opal a lot. Here's the Casper, everybody. This is a really nice blend as well, called Casper. And the brand is called Three Kings. You don't have to buy from Soul Niche as a brand, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They have it. it sent me anything for free. I just liked them and I bought from them. I found their soapstone dish, so I just jumped into them, and I did keep their little brochure here, and they have a big variety of different blends. They have like almost like 50, and sometimes I look at this because I want to buy a lot more of them. I just, I already have so much good stuff. I'm not buying too much incense right now, and I have that stuff from Air Ridge as well. So let me see. I have some more stuff in the house. I didn't bring all of it out here. Um, I really need to get some black frankincense. What was that other one I really wanted to get? It was like some gold. It was some special stuff from the Amazon. It was like maybe it was that Aztec copal black. Egyptian gardenia sounds fascinating. And there's different types of myrrh. The Peruvian myrrh looks really exciting. There's one called Nile Temple. I really want to get some Nile Temple. Of course, they have Palo Santo. Palo Santo is beautiful stuff. Um, Let me see here. Maybe and they have some sage. I didn't know they had ground sage. And there's one called Dragon's Blood. I haven't tried any of that either. Don't know. Anyways, how's everybody doing? I'm just out here meditating, having a good time with y'all, chilling out. $40. It's spell check. The war and the peace was very reasonable. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mike. Michael Hodges says, "Sup, man? How you doing, Michael?" Christian says, "I love burning ouds, Omani, frankincense, myrrh, transcends perfumery." Where did all you my friends, do you buy incense, or if you do, where do you buy your incense? Where do you buy your perfume? What kind of things do you want to talk about this evening? Are there certain fragrance topics? Is there anything on your mind? This stuff is really oozing and melting, and it's smelling quite beautiful. It's really meditative. As you can see, a bunch of it kind of fell over on the side, but gorgeous stuff. Valley Vaughn's in the house. Hey, Valley Vaughn, how are you doing? I'm burning incense over here. I'm burning some black copal. That's what I'm into this evening. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just chatting over here with y'all. This stuff's beautiful. Just being really meditative. Just chilling out. Trying to get those good vibes. Some people say that Zen state. What's good? Hey, Bryce G. What's good? How you doing? How y'all doing this evening? Fragrance-wise, I haven't been buying a lot. I'm trying to, get rid of that Christmas debt, and I also want to maybe start putting more money into, buying ingredients for perfumery because I want to become a perfumer. I do have a lot of niche I really want to buy. I probably still have 10 designers or so I possibly want to buy, but of course, I end up selling those or trading those a lot of the time. So sometimes I get kind of scared of designers because if I have to blind buy them, they're always hit and miss. And I've just sampled so many good niche fragrances. I have sampled so much I want to buy. I have a huge buy list. I just buy. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. What does it smell like? I'm sorry I missed it. No, you're perfectly fine, Valley Vaughn. Um, Black Copal is kind of like, or Copal in general is similar to Open Axe. It's a little bit more sweet. It's a little bit more transparent. It's a little bit more musky. Black Copal, it's not exactly more smoky. To me, it has this. I'm trying to describe it. I'm trying to think of how to describe the incense. Um, it has like this interesting underlying sweetness and a little bit of more of a sour overtone than normal copal. Normal copal just has a little bit more of like a sour, but yet very smooth and musky quality. To me, it's quite similar to again to Open Axe. But Open Axe is even lighter. If you're just getting into burning incense and You just want to tippy toe, put your feet in the water. You might be a little bit maybe scared. I think open axe is probably the best way to go, but that's just my opinion. Frankincense is always a go-to. Frankincense is always recommended, and myrrh to me is very calming and very meditative. Myrrh is just gorgeous. Um, that's awesome. I can't wait to try your fragrances. Yeah, a lot of people have already said they've been really excited to try my fragrances, and I already have about 100 of them or so written down. The blends I want to do. So I'm really creative. I'm a really creative guy. I got to message somebody back and talk to them. I think I'm gonna partner with them and see what we're gonna work out. But he wants to work with me in building a company. So hopefully we can get that done sooner than later. I do love reviewing fragrances and talking about fragrances. It's a passion of mine, but I'm not going to stop reviewing fragrances. But I don't know how to say this. I don't know if I want to do it every day like I've been doing for the rest of my life. 5 or 10 or 20 years, um, and always like trying to find the new fragrances. I'm kind of more interested in creating my own fragrances, if that makes sense, because I smell fragrances all the time, and I'm like, I would like it if it was done in this way, or if the tone was changed, or if there was a certain note added, or maybe the concentrations were changed. And I'm kind of getting to that stage where I like things to be more customized in my life. Maybe I'm being too picky, but I like to be that way. I like to have things done, the way that maybe I think they can be, or in the best way. So, I've done a lot of things in my life the hard way. I don't know if you've ever done any hard jobs before, or any work where you use tools, and if you don't have the right tool for the job, it makes the work, 2 or 3, 4 times as difficult, and you're much more liable to get angry or frustrated or break something. So, I don't know. Well, why wear a fragrance that's not perfection when you can have something that pretty much is? Christian M says, "Yep, I buy from Insar, Agar Aura, um, Eastern Houses, and I'm searching for a rare incense." Let me see if I can't take a screenshot. Okay, because I want to remember and try out some more of that incense. I'm excited for you, Ben. Thank you, Valley Vaughn. Thank you. I appreciate that. What fragrances have y'all been into? What's your scent of the days, everybody? How are you doing? What you wearing? Fragrance Ninja says, "Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'd like to create my own eventually." Yeah, Fragrance Ninja. Us again. I'm going to say this again. Us as big fragrance enthusiasts and fragrance lovers, the people who you see on YouTube are the. I don't want to say they're the biggest fragrance enthusiasts, because there's plenty of people who just don't want to get on YouTube or don't want to have a social presence. But as far as being big fragrance enthusiast, and the amount of fragrances they've tried, YouTubers are some of the big people who are some of the biggest. Some of the biggest. I'm not saying they are the biggest, but some big enthusiasts, big, very passionate about fragrances, and when you try 1,000 fragrances or so, your nose gets really dialed in into what you like and what you don't like, and you can start picking out notes, and you might can tell when a composition isn't blended right, or maybe the perfumer could have done something a little bit better, and you know some perfumers don't even smell as much or test as much or know as much about fragrances as some of us fragrance reviewers. So I don't see anything wrong. This is kind of getting on that topic of fragrance reviewers coming out with their own brands. I support everybody who does it, but I would like them to be personally. I would like them to be very hands-on. I don't want them to just collaborate with somebody, agree on some of the big ideas, and say, just go do your thing, perfumer. And then the perfumer comes back with a fragrance, and you just stamp your name on it, like the stamp of approval, and you sell it off. I would like for the fragrance reviewer, if they do collaborate with a real perfumer, to be very hands on, have a vision for the company, with what they want to do and what they want to create. Have a story behind it. I very much care about the stories and why somebody creates a brand and why they think their brand is important, because there's already like 1,000 fragrance brands. There's already, 1,000 brands for just about everything in your life, from your shower curtain to your chef's, your kitchen knife, to your refrigerator, to your brand of cheese that you like, or your bread, anything. Have a real reason, have a real motivation. And I'm not saying that these people who have started their brand so far are greedy. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying they did it for money. I'm just saying that I want to hear more about the passion behind it. And some people in the fragrance community kind of get bothered a little bit, or maybe some people have kind of mocked the idea of passion, like for some reason that passion doesn't matter very much. But passion is what, and passion is what drives almost everything in the fragrance, or just in the world. Like, in other industries, or in other things, when a brand starts, and when people are talking about, I don't even know what he's saying, 5G. Please don't spam the chat. Anyways, when somebody brand wise, um, when somebody starts a brand, when somebody's passionate about a brand, when somebody's very interested in something, they put themselves out there. They seek to change something, to make a movement, to improve something, and they're very motivated. You can't hear me? I'm here. Can y'all hear me? Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna have to remove some people. I'm getting spammed. I have the spam train on me again. Um, let's see. How are we doing? Anyways, I think I'm very passionate about fragrances, and I think everybody who's into fragrances really has a voice. That's what I'm trying to say. When a big football player with big volleyball player makes a success, gets a gold trophy, um, you know, they very much talk about that passion, talk about their enthusiasm, uh, and people are excited about it. I don't know why that's not the case in the fragrance, in the fragrance community, in the fragrance. Uh, anyways, how's everybody doing? I'm getting spammed, and I'm so sorry for everybody. I don't know why this is happening to me. I'm having an organized hit piece on me. Anybody who's a big fan of my channel, who knows what I'm about, sorry about all of this. And of course, if you really like my channel, if you know what I'm all about, maybe I could even have you as a moderator to get these people out. Anyways, I'm just going to talk about what I was talking about. The fragrant, there needs to be passion in perfumery, and I think there needs to be passion, perhaps more passion, perhaps from fragrance reviewers. Maybe I would like to see a little bit more of that. And I've improved a lot as a person. I certainly have, through my passion of fragrance, and I hope that it comes through my enthusiasm of fragrances. I'm burning incense, my friend. Anyways, yeah. You want to help me, Michael? You want to become the mod and get rid of these people? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm having to get rid of these people. I don't know what they're doing on my channel, and I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, Mr. Miami Cuddles. Let's see here. Can you give a shout out to C. Kyle? What? It hurts? What are y'all even talking about? Anyways, Pete, you just subbed. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hope that you enjoy my content. I cover everything from burning natural incense, to perfume. I cover everything. Niche, indie, cheapies. I love to cover it all and talk about all of it. I really care about fragrances. I'm just trying to have a conversation with y'all. How are the world's gone mad, people. The world's gone mad. And let's talk about incense again. So let me know, everybody, where do you buy your incense? Do you have a big fascination with incense? Is it something you're very, very interested in, or very interested in? Because I think incense is very important as a part of perfumery, and I don't want to give too much away with my upcoming brand, but incense is going to be a focus of my brand and a big part of my brand. It's something that I think is kind of a missing aspect of fragrances and a big part of fragrance. It's really again, I've talked about the origin of fragrance, and I'm going to do some more of those videos in the future. The origin of fragrance and where it came from, and these ingredients, a lot of them used to be incense. Incense is a big part of yeah, get a mod, bro. Okay, who wants to be the mod that I can trust? The backup bottle boss. Thank you so much for the $2. And I'm sorry that this is happening. I'm just having all these crazy people after me. Backup bottle boss, can I trust you? Anyways, yeah, they're bots. I know, Mr. Miami Cuddles, and I saw your message, so I'm just trying to mess with all this and deal with all this. I don't know why people do this kind of stuff in the world. Maybe they get a kick out of it. Anyways, what we're talking about incense, and we're talking about the fragrance industry, and we were talking about people starting their own brands. Do y'all have any thoughts on all of these YouTubers starting their own brands? Is that something you think is a good thing? Do you think it's something that's important? Yeah, they came in droves. They came like locusts to troll me, and now they're kind of going away. They're kind of dying off. Yeah, I don't deserve this. I haven't done anything to anybody. I've been targeted, and I'm always respectful, and I open discussions. Anyways, I'm reporting some of them. Life is crazy, man. Anyways, how's everybody doing this good evening? It's not getting to me. I have pretty thick skin. I've been through some things in my life. I've been through some problems and been through some things, and this is just quite a small thing. Mr. Miami Call says, "Trust me, it's Steven. I don't trust him anymore." You think Steven's trolling me? Steven's trolling me hard. I mentioned his brand. I don't have anything against Steven, and I respect all these fragrance reviewers. And I'm sorry if I've missed anybody else's comments. It says, make money while you can, and all these guys making fragrances. It's not something I would buy, but make money while you can. Um, I understand making money, but of course I want it. If I start a brand, I want it to be done right. I don't want it to be a quick thing. I don't want it to be just a a brand that starts up and dies away after a couple years, just because I wanted to make a quick buck. That's not what I'm about. And honestly, I would like some success, and I would like some of the money. I don't like to talk about my personal situation too much, but I'm not doing too hot. I guess in the world, in the scheme of things, I'm not doing too hot. See, Mr. My McCuddles could mod for you. Okay, I'm making you as mod backup bottle boss. Hopefully I can trust you. I think you're a good guy, and they can take your channel down. Well, how can they do that? Oh, I see what you're talking about. They multiple flag it. I don't. I guess I'd have to appeal to YouTube. I haven't done anything, and I haven't done anything against them. They took down Triple Ink. Really? Why would they do that? Why would somebody do that? Is that why Triple Ink just kind of stopped his channel? Oh my goodness, is that the real story? Why didn't anybody tell me that? I didn't know about that. Why didn't anybody talk about that in the fragrance community? If that's the truth. Um, I don't think Steven would do this. Mr. Miami Cuddle says you know everything. You know a lot, man. You know the details, and you know a lot of the don't mention it. You know a lot of the back history, and you know a lot of stuff, man. I respect you. I usually don't know too much. I only know the stuff I've dealt with personally, problems, and I try to keep it under wraps. I don't try to start fights or, make a problem out of anything. So I know a lot of people you don't know of. I'm sure you do. Like fragrance reviewers, I'm sure you do. They pop up all the time. And when I do those videos, I'm not trying to show off or anything. When I do shout outs, I'm just trying to help build the fragrance community. I care about everybody. There are some people out there that I haven't mentioned yet. I have an ever growing list of people I need to shout out. Keep your head up, man. Don't say you're not doing too hot in life. You look young as hell. Don't talk. Thank you, man. A lot of people do say that I look quite young, youthful, and all that. I am in my late 20s, but I've always had a youthful appearance. I still get carded if I have to. I had some family who needed some flu supplies. I didn't get sick, but I had some family who got the flu, and I went in there to buy some NyQuil and all that, and I got carded because they thought I was too young and all that. So, it's a funny world. I guess it's a blessing and a curse. I'm 35 and I still get carded. I think you were telling me about that. The world is a funny place, my friend. It really is. Let's see. I look young. Yeah, you and me, bro. I guess we got some of that. I don't know what it is. I have a lot of Irish and Welsh. I have some German. I have little bits and pieces of all kinds of, different, ancestry-wise, different people. I got a little bit of Cherokee distantly on my mom's side. There's a tiny bit of Cherokee. I don't know. I don't know what really causes all that. I missed it. I didn't mention my age exactly. I'm just in my late 20s. I think I told you, Valley Vaughn, and I think you might have forgotten. I think I'm 1 year older than you. Because we were talking, remember? Anyways. I'm just playing with my butane lighter, trying to get it to work more reliably. I'm happy that it's starting to work a little bit better. It used to struggle a lot. It doesn't like to be like the angle. It doesn't like to be used downwards, and that's how I usually use it. But it's getting a lot better. I have to light it this way and then turn it turn it downwards. I tell people I'm 18 now. Oh my goodness. Always young at heart. That's what matters, right, Valley Vaughn? Young at heart. Trolls have calmed down now as soon as you made me mod. Nice. Yeah, thank you, Backup Bottle. I really do appreciate you. I hope my channel does get flagged. If I disappear into the night, you never see me again. You'll know all of you will know what's happened. You're witnesses, and please try to help me. Help me try to get my channel back. The last time I did a video, it was flagged, and um, some people don't like YouTubers, fragrance reviewers being monetized. It really helps me in my life, and it's not a lot of money at all. It's very little money, but it did get flagged, so I'm not going to get anything for that video. So that kind of bothers me. It does bother me, and people are funny. I haven't used incense in years. I might get back into it. Yeah, I don't do it a lot. I just do it kind of casually. I do like it. It's really meditative. It's really calming. It's still burning, as you can see. Gorgeous stuff. And again, you might want to buy a little coaster, like a cup coaster, for you to put this underneath, because this can get quite hot. Even though this is still a contained unit with the sand and the soapstone, it's still quite hot underneath. That would damage a wood surface. It really would. Valley Bond says, Adam Korvax got taken down when he criticized Office for Men. My goodness. Crazy world. Y'all know that I tried to give a objective review of Office for Men. But y'all know that I was no fan of that fragrance. I really wasn't. Maybe Jeremy Fragrance's fragrance army has become more aggressive. I don't know. They used to not be. I mean, at first they weren't that aggressive, and then they started getting really aggressive towards channels. They came after Claire a couple times at Smurfy Girly. And Adam Korvax is a good guy. Hilarious. Why do you always have... I don't know. I don't know. I'm an honest to goodness guy, I don't know. I put my opinion... I used to be more active on Facebook, and I got rid of my Facebook. This is a fragrance channel, so I'm not going to talk about my personal beliefs, but I used to kind of debate people about all kinds of different issues. Y'all might think I'm slow-spoken, and y'all might think that I'm just a Joe Blow that doesn't have a head on his shoulders, but, I used to really debate people about intellectual topics, and I read a lot of books. I'm quite the reader. I didn't talk a lot as a kid. That's probably why I might speak a little bit slower. But goodness, people. Just because I have a different opinion than other people, and I want to voice my own opinion on things. Maybe that's coming back to me. Maybe some people really disliked my opinions, and maybe they're targeting me. Maybe I'll get this for the rest of my life because I used to argue with some people, and I really wasted my time because I understand their point of view, but they either don't understand mine or just want to antagonize me. A fragrance army is like Beyonce Beehive. Beyonce Beehive. Don't mess with Beyonce. Maybe one of the trolls was behind the tree yesterday. Was that you yesterday? Talking about people behind me? I do live fairly close to like a walkway or a runway. So, sometimes people do listen into my chat. Sometimes people do spy on, and it does bother me. But, I don't know. Y'all were trying to spook me yesterday like there was a monster or something back there. Y'all probably got a kick out of that and thought it was funny. I got my studio set up. I need a female who... Yeah, Mr. Mammy Cuddles, you get an attractive lady on there. You get a smooth-talking lady, and your views go up because the guys, the Johns, they want to see a lady. So That's how it goes. You close to Miami, Valley Vaughn. Yeah, Valley Vaughn. That'd be a duo. Not as close as you. Why do you read and debate about what topics? I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't even do it anymore. It was just in the past. Honestly, um, as far as like one-on-one conversations, like it's one thing to have a public discussion. One day I might start a YouTube channel with all my opinions, and some of y'all might not like me after that because of some of my opinions. I don't know, but I talk about fragrance. I'm a YouTuber about fragrance, and that's what this channel is about. And I just mentioned that because y'all know about probably cancel culture. If you have any opinion, you have to like hide and respect anybody. Even these days when you talk about a fragrance maybe being a little bit more for ladies or a little bit more for men, that triggers some people. So, well, it's a funny world. And I respect everybody. I care about everybody. And the reason why I ever debated anybody and had discussions is because I cared about freedom and I cared about justice. And but that's a whole different discussion for another day. Um, People pretend not to understand. That's the thing, though. That's often the case, and they use that as a strategy to try to wear other people down and to try to get into people's heads and call them crazy and pretend like they don't understand somebody else's point of view. But some of these people are, emotionally driven. That they can struggle, I think, to understand somebody else's point of view, and they don't tolerate other people's point of view. I had some roommates at college, and they pretty much wanted to kick me out of the apartment because I didn't want to clean dishes the way they wanted to. I started cleaning my own. I used one bowl, one fork, one spoon, one knife, and I always cleaned up after myself immediately because I didn't want my dishes mixed with other people's dishes, and I always wanted to keep my own dishes clean. I kept care of everything, and I actually helped them. I helped them pick up things, helped clean up the place a lot better than any of them ever did. I did a lot more work than any of them did, and they were bothered because I didn't want to be on their schedule and throw my dishes in with their dishes. People can get very antagonistic about the smallest things. Also, they wanted to have like a community, pantry, and some people take advantage if they can, and they definitely want to take advantage of me. And I might have had a little bit more than they had, but everything I had at the time, it was from hard earned money. I broke my back, and I worked in between semesters to earn a little bit of money, and they didn't want to do that or couldn't do that, and some of them thought that I was obligated to give or help them out or do something for them, and I broke my back, to get a little bit of money, and I still don't have a lot in my life, so that kind of stuff really bothers me, and I kind of had tried to have discussions with them, but I didn't even try to have a discussion like that with them because they don't want to have a discussion like that with me. Uh, and that's just a small thing to a small topic. I guess a small scale issue. Okay, and people trolls go live chat to chat, nothing personal. Yeah, that didn't bother me. I have a thick skin. Um, you know, exactly, Ben, Mr. Miami Cuddles. There is one other female reviewer, and I hit her up, but she just ignored me. It's a struggle, Mr. Miami Cuddles. Maybe you can get a lady in your life to jump on the channel. Maybe that might be easier for you. You do a good job for keeping your personal beliefs away from the camera. And yeah, I'm here for fragrance. And for some reason, in the fragrance community, some people want to dig out people's personal lives and dig all that stuff out. But I'm here to talk about fragrance. And some people on Facebook like to wave their flag around with their personal beliefs. And that's not what I'm about. I don't understand it if you want to be a part of the fragrance community and like the fragrance world, why you would want to, kind of, be that way and polarize everybody. I don't get it. Centaur, I've had people hate me for my opinions for years, and I understand. Yeah, yeah. People I've spoken with on the phone said they never knew I was nice. I must come across. Yeah, I think you're a cool guy. I think you can come across as a prankster or a jokester, Mister Miami. But I think you're a good guy. Um, I think people get that wrong vibe. People don't understand other people's culture or humor a lot of times, and it's really sad. Humor really has died a lot in our culture. Joey Cannoli, he has a mouth on him. He uses language, but he means well with his humor, just like Cuba knows. It's one thing if you don't like that style or if you don't like that taste, but some people just like kind of want to silence them, and I don't get it. I just don't. The backup bottle boss says people don't like truth. Yes, people very much, and that's why I lost a lot of family and friends on my Facebook. I lost a lot of family and friends, and when I tried to have discussions with people, and there's one of the sides of my family, and I kind of stay away from some of them to some degree because I have very different opinions than they do, and they have that kind of culture where they'll do anything to try to hurt you because of your opinion. I'm already outcasted. I mean, I already know it. They don't have to tell me. Um, See, I'm a libertarian. Yeah, everybody hates me. I'm an independent. If y'all want to know, I take views from all different sides. I don't make anybody happy by any means. You remind me of my buddy Darren the Devil. Yeah, Darren's a good guy. He's very honest and open. Um, yeah, is that a good thing? Let's see. Yeah, Darren the Devil and me have become good friends. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's pretty open. Um, he made a post. I don't know if you're trying to get information out of me, Mr. Miami Cuddles, but I don't know. He's been kind of playing tag with me recently, and he's still a good guy. He made a post, and he has I don't know if he was just joking, but where I'm from and my culture, I don't feel like or believe I was treated very right. And that's one of the fights I mentioned that I could possibly start in the fragrance community, but I'm not going to start that fight. And I respect his views and what he thinks, but I certainly don't like how things were handled. Um, Good guys finish last. That seems the way it is, man. I don't get treated right. Talk about fragrances then. Yep. Whatsoever again, this incense is burning down. It's kind of going away. But it's still slowly burning. It's still there. Don't think y'all yeah, y'all can see that smoke a little bit. It's kind of dark out here now. If anyone began to dig up my past, lol, they would have a lot to discover. Valley Vonda, you a wild child or something? uh, Joey says is the funniest guy in Fragcom. Genius. Yeah, he's a funny guy. You're an outcast? Yeah, I just mentioned that. I've always felt like I kind of am. I was in public school, and I kind of was treated that way, and then I embraced it. Even though I'm an honest to goodness guy, and a lot of people seem to like me, and I can adapt and be a part of everybody's group. Some people just for some reason didn't want to be around me. Open mind, independent people are my favorite. Yep, that's who I am, man. You're both close with Mark Maleg, it seems. Yeah, Matt, I think it's Matt Maleg, but yeah, Maleg is a great guy. He's awesome, and he's on Instagram. If you want to learn more about perfumery, he's a great guy, and I've said that a lot. I know. It says you think fragrances should have a incense version, Sauvage incense, 1 million incense. You think? Um, I'm not sure. It would be interesting if there were to be more flankers that way, or if that became a more popular note in perfumery in the West. That'd be interesting. I used to have a lot of fights in high school. I was kind of I don't know. Maybe I was the kind of the opposite. I was like the guy who, if ever we had like like a break, those in between periods where they would let you do homework and just sit by. Half of the time, I would read a book and bring a book from school that wasn't required reading, which to a lot of people actually bothered some teachers. I'd be reading about a book that the teachers hadn't read before, or I would like sleep, and other people would be chatting and fighting and gossiping. And I had some people actually want to pick fights for me just because they thought I was, I don't know, a knot on the log, and they thought it would be fun, or I don't know, maybe they thought they could boost their social status because, or something, but I didn't understand it. I had somebody out of the blue just ask if I wanted to fight, and I didn't even know who they were, and I had never spoken to them in my entire life. Why, why would you want to fight? Um, see, you think here I used to have a lot of fights, and I love to have. I loved it. Fragrances calm me down, or hype me up. Yeah, fragrances can cause an emotion. They can spread a emotion. That's one reason I love fragrances so much. Fragrances can help you, express yourself. If you're in a mood, it helps you share that mood. It helps you share that feeling in a really nice way. It helps other people understand that feeling. To me, fragrance is kind of like music and a movie. A soundtrack, a score, whatever you want to call it in a movie. That music in the background of a movie tells you the tone. The music in the movie at a certain time tells you how you should feel. It tells you how that actor feels, and it sets a mood. It sets a intention. Fragrance can be the same way for you personally. It can tell others, who you are, how you're feeling. Maybe you're classy. Maybe you're a little bit rebellious. Maybe you're just like laid back and cool and collective. Maybe, Valley Vaughn, maybe you're being a seductress. I don't know. Your fragrance can say a lot about you. I haven't had a fight in 30 years. No, that I respect that, man. If that's what you'd like to do, hey man, put on the boxing gloves and have a fun time. Maybe that if you live in around that, maybe you can find somebody where they practice. If I can speak, practice some boxing. Anyways, any fragrance you bought lately, like Cool Water Intense? I want to buy Cool Water Intense. You actually put it on my list. I was thinking about buying it, but again, I have blind bought so many designer fragrances, and then I sell them and flip them and lose money, and it just started bothering me. So I want to try it, and I probably will end up buying it. Um, but there are some designer fragrances. I really want to get Man in Black Orient. It's like a oud version of Man in Black by Bulgari. Really nice. I'm very happy that I got myself the Bulgari Eau de Noir intense version. Robzo 8, I think it was, just talked about the original and talked about how good it was. He talked about it, and it's an amazing fragrance. And the intense version is even better, but it's kind of hard to find, and I have that one. Very lucky to have it. It seems like it's kind of hard to find these days, but let's see here. Ferragamo F Black in the summer. You can wear anything anytime you want, my friend. I think it's a little bit too sweet, and I think it's a little bit maybe has this density behind it. You could get away with it if indoors in an air conditioned environment. Outside, you might want to wear one spray or two sprays. If you wore that to the beach, I don't think Ferragamo F Black is going to work on the beach. It's already a pretty loud fragrance. It projects very well. It's an amazing cheapie. It's one of the best winter cheapies in my opinion. But Ferragamo F Black just doesn't do well in heat in my opinion. But of course, do what you love. If you like wearing it in the high heat, if that makes you happy, I mean, by all means, please do it. Anyways, Valley Vaughn the Seductress. I was just joking about that, yeah. Says backup bottle boss says you could wear F Black in the summer. The original F would be better. You're right, backup bottle. You're 100% right. I blind buy too many designers over the years. I stopped recently. My collection went from a shelf to a bookshelf to a closet to a whole room. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I personally don't I'd like to own and have what I feel like I'm gonna wear and what I truly love. And I really dislike buying all these designers just to have to sell them, and then you have to pay shipping and eBay fees, and you lose so much money. Like I lose almost half of the value of a fragrance. Like if I bought it from a fragrance from Fragrance Net and I paid $40 for it, once I sell the fragrance for $30, and then I have to pay $5 shipping or more, like $8 shipping or seven or whatever, and I have to pay like 13% eBay because of the eBay and the PayPal fees. You know, I've lost pretty much 50%. I get $20 back if I'm lucky, so it's a big loss. And that's one reason I've been reviewing less designer fragrances, because it's been a huge expense in my life. It's been very expensive for me personally. See here. Has anyone tried Aramis Special Blend? I don't know if I've tried that one. I don't know if I have. Yeah, I'd like to trade designers for niche, but that ain't happening. Yeah, unless somebody really dislikes something and you give them, like six designers for one bottle of niche, and kind of rip yourself off. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Keep it under 200 bottles. Trust me, never go full crazy. Don't go robes away on me or 1,000 bottles. You can never wear them all. I feel you, bro. I don't want to get above 1,000. I don't think I'm ever gonna get above 1,000. I'm in above 100. I'm never gonna go above 100 bottles for me personally. And again, I completely respect anybody and everybody who has a huge, massive collection. I just, I know I wear the fragrances I like, and honestly, I need to wear them more often. I tend to underspray, um, and I probably need, I don't go out too often, so I don't have a reason to wear some of my better fragrances a lot of the time, unless I just want to wear them for myself. But, anyways, uh, even less than 100. Dior Homme Intense sucks. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it could be good for a lady. I don't think it's very masculine. It gets hyped too much. Again, I'm not too much a part of the Facebook fragrance community. Does Dior Homme Intense get hyped up? I hear more talk about the Parfum. I hear people talking more about the Parfum version than I do the Intense. But you probably know more about that than I do, Mr. Miami Cuddles. Um, I wear my fragrances every day. No, I do. I'm just saying, like, I don't wear my expensive niche fragrances. Like, I wear designer fragrances or like little things I'm sampling all the time. Like, I don't wear the stuff, that's like flashy or something that I feel would be for a special occasion. Like, for example, I have stored my most expensive fragrance is probably Moon Milk by Stora Skogen. It's a 30 ml for 30 mils. So that means to get 100 mils, well, it'd really be 90 mils. You'd have to buy three bottles, and that would cost you like $450. I just don't wear that one unless I'm in a certain mood and I really have a special occasion, and it's a very special fragrance for me. So I just don't wear it casually. I think it's too expensive for that. Um, let's see here. I wear samples a lot. Yeah, I wear a lot of samples. I tend to wear almost more samples than I do my bottles. It's funny. I just bought some from Crystal Fragrances. I heard Crystal Fragrances is really nice. Again, Swift Scents, they're fantastic. They've sent me some samples by, and they're really generous, and they have nice prices. So, nice people, good people. I've been sampling a lot. Crystal Fragrance. Anyways, everybody, is there anything else on your mind? I just wanted to introduce this topic of incense again to my channel again today. That's what it was mostly about, just hanging out with y'all. It's getting dark. Yeah, it's dark. I'm out here in the dark. Um, Hopefully, it's not too dark on free ship at Crystal Fragrances. I'll have to check them out. I've heard very good things about them. Again, I wanted to share incense here on my channel again. I'm going to do a little bit more of that content, but honestly, in order to, in order to, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. I want to do exactly what I want on YouTube. I want to share exactly what I'm passionate about. I want to talk about incense and indie every single day, most of the time. And sometimes I do top tens, and sometimes I talk about designers, but that's not really my thing. But I do want to grow as a channel. But in order to grow as a channel, you have to talk about some of the more popular fragrances. Um, so I'm kind of conflicted. I wish you. I don't want to blame YouTube. I don't know what the problem is. I hope that there's people out there who want to hear about incense because I think it's a big topic, and honestly, I hope I could even make a business out of it one day. Um, Always a great name. Telegram is my on my left arm right now. I hear that one's nice. Neil, my man, you the best shirts on YouTube and sunglasses. He's pulling out that retro stuff. Yeah, that OG stuff. Robes 08. Is Robes 08 in the house? Oh, he is. Hey, man, how you doing? Robes 08 is in the house. It's dark. Hopefully, I'm not bothering y'all. Hopefully, y'all can see my face. Um, you know, I I am kind of conflicted as a YouTuber because I want to review what I want to review, but it's not getting me it's not getting eyes on my channel as much. It's so dark. I He didn't notice me. Yeah, I have to touch the screen every couple seconds. YouTube still hasn't fixed that problem. I have to touch the screen every couple seconds to see the comments. And it's really annoying that I have to do that. Okay, now once I say that, they're staying on the screen a little bit longer. I don't know why. That's funny, funny business. Let's see here. Hey, bud. It's so dark. Thanks, Robes. We can't see you, but we hear you. Stay on here. Y'all are dedicated. Y'all must really like me to be able to just be here listening to the sound of my voice. Funny world, funny. Man, just don't do top tens all the time for subs. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. I was doing top tens a little bit more often, but it kind of bothered me because, even though I made them meaningful and even though I tried to do a really good job and I, I didn't feel like I was comfortable. It's like you're playing into a system. It's like, why do I have to do a top 10 list to get people's attention? Um, you know, I'm doing a great thing, and I hope people like what I'm doing. And but I was having to do top 10 lists to get any views, and that was bothering me. I wish it wasn't that way. Um, I don't know. Do y'all want top tens? Do you want top tens? Do you care about them? Top 10 isn't fun. I agree. Top tens are pretty played out, and most people don't make them very good or very interesting. So, um, people don't like my silliness. Uh, I think you're kind of funny, man. But everybody's got different personality. I respect that viewers for bringing their own personality and build their own channel with hard work. Yeah, but I respect that too. I just don't know if it's feasible. I don't know. I don't know if you can really get anywhere YouTube wise by talking about indie or incense is what I'm saying. I don't know. Do y'all feel like I could? If I keep talking about incense and I keep talking about essential oils and indie fragrances, do y'all think that people are going to want to hear about that or catch on to that? Do you want to hear about that? Do you care about it? Especially having to Photoshop frags I don't own. Um, do you mean like when I take out the background? Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Uh, but again, I don't have that many bottles of fragrances. I only own 60. So, and I don't have a lot of deep pockets to buy a lot of even what I want. So, that's kind of what I have to do. I have to review from samples. That's what I got to do. Top tens aren't too much work, especially having Photoshop. It's too much work. Bro, don't get caught up in the numbers. Mindless. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's how it is. But I don't know what I'm gonna do career wise. If I don't know. I'm a great example. I don't review brand new releases and don't do top tens all the time. Look at me. Sure, I could have double the subs, but I don't. I do it for the love of the hobby. Yeah, man, and I respect what you're doing, man. Uh, See, I'll send you samples of whatever helps to make views. I appreciate that, man. See, exactly, Robes, but you do top 50s. He steps it up, man. You know, he doesn't do top 10s. He does top hundreds. He does top 100 videos. YouTube fragrance videos is not a career. I know, but I kind of wanted it to be. You know, I had a dream for a little while of it, kind of being a career. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got to change things up. I don't have a lot going on in my life, so I agree. You have to go mainstream to get the mainstream if you want numbers. But if you do mind being smaller, you can stay more true to yourself. That's my opinion. I have some experience. Yeah, yeah, I hear you, man. Jay Scott, I respect that. Ben, you should be a teacher. Well, I do have a personality. I think I could be one. I naturally am kind of that way. I just really, I don't know. Public school wise, I don't even want to get into that. I don't know. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be a public school teacher. Um, I don't know. Maybe I could be a tutor, but I have a lot of passion for fragrance and a lot of things, and I want to be maybe a writer. I've always wanted to be a writer. Would you honestly do a top 500 robes? Top 500? Oh goodness, you only make $200 a month tops. That's oh my goodness. You'll only make that's are you talking about YouTube or are you talking about being a teacher? Robes Await says I could lol. Bro, I don't think these guys make real money. Only Jeremy probably. Well, people who have started these brands, and again, I don't know how many of them do collaborations, but once you get to the point of having 50,000 plus subs, it's like if you know what you're doing, you should be able to make a living off of that. At least as far as I can tell. Fragrance shoplifting. Oh my goodness, no. You just gave me horrible memories. Uh, what's your name there? So Jack De Vries. You just gave me horrible memories of those trolls that got millions and millions of views on YouTube for like taking ice cream and like licking it, and trolling like supermarkets. Trolling people and public school is indoctrination. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, but I'm not into it. And public school was one of the worst experiences in my life, and it was a big problem. And I don't have good memories of public school for many reasons. Um, I agree. YouTube. Why is it so dark? It's because I'm outside in the middle of the dark, in the middle of the night. I don't have a studio, and I don't want to get other people. I could go inside, but I don't want to get noises from other people involved. But I'm about to wrap this up. But I see that I have 14 or 15 people of y'all who are really dedicated, who are very dedicated. YouTube pays like $200 a month. I don't even get that. I'd be happy to get that. For 15,000 subs. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't get anywhere close to that. Guys like Redolescence is probably bringing in 1.5 a month off Google, but that's beyond free bottles, etc. Yeah, and then he opened up his own brand, and I don't know if they collaborate with anybody and all that good stuff. So I don't know. The reviewers making their own fragrances. How about commenters like me? You guys want backup bottle boss pour ohm? Yeah, Steven is probably making 20,000 a year off YouTube. With his brand, I don't know how big his brand is going to do and how successful it's going to grow. But he should be doing more than that. I would imagine that it's more than that. It really depends on how much he gets per bottle. The brand he's working with. I don't know how much commission, or how much of the piece of the pie. I have no idea of what he gets. I'd get a backup bottle. Get a backup bottle of the backup man. I gotcha. Thanks for coming here with us, bro. Good video. They may be. Many people go into debt to appear successful. Yeah, that's true. And that's kind of one of the things that kind of bothered me. I kind of pushed myself with designer fragrances. I pushed myself for a long time to do reviews of some of the more popular designer fragrances. And it didn't work out. They may be people, yeah, and his own brand. I won't monetize till I get like 5,000. I don't like watching ads. Don't want to do that to viewers, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I respect you, man, and I respect your views if that's what you want to do. Matt, Mark, what's up, my man? Yeah, we got some good people here. We got Mr. Miami Cuddles and all these good people. The Backup Bottle Boss, Georgia Gent, Robes08. And Robes08, you're an OG. I'm so grateful that you stopped by. That means a lot. I appreciate you. I feel bad about how many bottles I have. I don't want people to go broke trying to keep up with the Joneses. Hey, man, it's not your fault. People get caught up into the fragrance game, and I did that a little bit. I got myself short. I extended myself too thin, and I'm not keeping up with much of anybody these days because of all the niche some people have, and all the designers and all the new releases. I didn't keep up with anybody really. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this evening. I hope I don't sound frustrated. I like talking about getting people's opinions and getting people's thoughts. I just like to put my thoughts out there, get some feedback. I'm really grateful for this YouTube experience and what it's done for me, and all the growth I've had and all the friends I've made. I'm really gonna probably start focusing some of my efforts more into maybe becoming a writer, and doing some of the things I really need to do, because again, I know it sounds really funny to some people to talk about YouTube or talk about fragrance reviewing and trying to make a career out of it. I did have that funny dream. I did have that funny little dream for a while. Wearing your favorite fragrance. Keep up the good work. Keep your head up. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Wearing your favorite Zerzhoff tonight, man. You got me jealous over there. You got Renaissance. You won it, and you didn't even know that mint was in it. I'm just teasing you, man. But you were like, "There's mint in this," and I was like, "Mint." I love it. That's one of the reasons I like it. It's because of the mint. That was nice, the backup bottle. Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'm not asking for money, but and I don't even know if I want big success in my life. What? Oh, Robes08, dude, man, I'm not even asking. Y'all need to. Oh my goodness, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Lol, the mint. Yeah, the mint, man. All hail the mint. Y'all know I like mint. I like Fragranza's Rivolare. And again, you blew me away, Robes08. I was like, what? I can get myself a chicken dinner now. for a light, at least maybe a flashlight or a candle. Well, yeah, I probably should do these inside more often. I have a really ugly green wall. I really dislike the green paint on the wall. And I don't like for other people to listen and invade my privacy, and, the neighbors and everything. And, people really bothering me. I just don't want that to interfere with the video. But maybe I should just, I don't know, maybe. And Georgia Gent, thank you, my man. You're crazy. For light, at least make a flashlight, lol. And you got to paint it on green screen. Perfect. Do y'all want a green screen? Do I need to go Mr. Miami Cuddle style and start having those, those backgrounds and looking like the beach and the tropics and all the holidays? You could go out and eat a steak now. Yeah, I know. It's six. I don't know how much YouTube takes away from takes of that, but that's like 16 now. Y'all are crazy. I have a passion for filming. Yeah, you got a passion for filmmaking and editing. That's the thing I'm trying to say. I just like you, Mr. Miami Cuddles. I don't know where you are in your life, and I think you and Outlaw Frags and a lot of these guys, they really want to turn their hobby and their passion maybe into a successful career. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to figure out maybe who I am and maybe what I want to do. I really miss Stefan Fragrances. If y'all know Stefan over there, he was like leader of the Small Fry Squad. And I think he's trying to get into music. He loves to sing. He has a passion for singing. And by golly, if he's going for his dream, that's perfect. But I do miss him. He's not reviewing fragrances much anymore. Green screen font. Oh my goodness, ropes. $5. Y'all are too much. This is crazy. I'm out here in the dark, and y'all are sending me money. Oh my goodness, nah. It is never. It will never be a career. Green screen fund. Yeah, that's a realization I've had to take. You know, I kind of wanted it to be, and I don't even know how some of these people become huge fragrance reviewers. You know, Jeremy Fragrance, and there's a Spanish fragrance reviewer, and he has over 200,000. Don't try to make it a career. It's a good hobby. Yeah, I feel you. And y'all are sending me money. This is crazy. I've never had this happen. I've never had this happen. If y'all see me disappear, at least I went out with a bang. If all these trolls got to my channel and YouTube has flagged me down, at least I went down with a bang today. Thank y'all. I really appreciate all this. Michael Zio says $5. Flashlight fund. Oh my goodness. Anyways, maybe I can talk with y'all more in the future. Like you, Mr. Miami Cuddles, maybe or Robes, I can talk to y'all and maybe figure out more of what I want to do. Because I did go to college, but my career did not work. I did everything in the book. I did everything right. I tried for a year and a half to get a good career going. I did everything in the book, and I don't know. For some, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's destiny. Maybe I'm supposed to do something else. I don't know. I would get a good with my studio, and I can film successful podcast of someone. Yeah, podcast. That'd be interesting. I think it was. It's not Triple Ink. What's his name? Is it Triple? No, it's not Triple Ink. The name's not coming to me right now. There's somebody started a podcast. It was two guys. I'm trying to remember their names. Why can't I remember right now? Oh my goodness. He does spins sometimes. He's a British fella. Two guys, and I think they're both in Europe somewhere. They just started doing like live podcast. Work with Maleg. Yeah, but work with Maleg. I just started driving for DoorDash. Did I spell that wrong? I don't think so. Oh my goodness. I didn't even pay attention. Oh my goodness. You're crazy. Now you're trolling me. Oh, not me though. I love to use my studio podcast. Backup Bottle Boss. And I probably need to end this soon. I think my power is probably running out. I'm amazed that my phone has really lasted this long. It's about connections with almost everything, unfortunately, but certain things are needed. Find something needed by everyone, and people will pay for it. Yeah, that's the way it is. Find something people want and give it to them. Do it faster. Do it better. That's how it is. I can't do a podcast because I talk like a rock. Hey, Georgia Gent. I feel you, man. I feel like you and me probably speak a little bit similarly. You know, you can see some of my earlier videos, and I mean, I probably people thought I was slow to speech. People probably thought I didn't have a personality, and I really do. I just really wasn't that social, and as a kid, I really didn't interact with people very much. I really didn't, and that's one reason that my social skills maybe aren't exactly what they should be. And I'm a stoic personality and all that stuff, so it adds up to just me being me. Anyways, I would love to edit Jeremy's videos. He should take you up on it, man. He edits. He already buys or pays for somebody to edit, doesn't he? Um, yeah, and if he wants to become a bigger YouTuber, he could do a lot. But he's already really successful. I mean, but you're right. Jeremy could do more. Southern people talk a little slower. It's normal. But y'all, if y'all think I talk slow, I actually talk extremely fast for most people around here where I live. I've scared people away because of not only because I don't really have an accent like they do, because of the words I use, because of how fast I speak. I've scared people off all the time because people have asked me if I was even Southern. People have asked if I was born and raised around here, and I've had people tell me that they don't believe me that I'm a Southern person. They tell me that I'm not because I have different ideas, different I don't different lifestyle, different everything. I have 15% power, and y'all see me a little bit more now because for some reason it flashed on my screen. Too much echo. What's echoing? Is it my voice? Peace out, Robes. I'll see you, Robes. Peace out, man. And thank you so much for the donations. I wasn't expecting this. I really do appreciate that. It means the world. I have 15% power. I need to go. I thank you, Robes. Thank you, everybody who donated. And I'm really shocked that I did get some donations. Man. And I'm sorry about being out here in the dark. I'll start doing lives more in the day. I'll make sure that I'm not out here in the dark anymore. Um, Good night, Mark. Gotta run. Have a good night, guys. See you back up, Bottled Boss, and thank you for helping me out with the trolls. Thank you so much for being a moderator. If I ever see you on here, if you want to be a moderator again, I'd happy to have you as one. My speech off of my videos is much worse, lol. I use my vids as speech therapy. No, I respect you, man, and you really grow as a person by putting yourself out there, doing something you're uncomfortable with, taking a risk. You're becoming a better person, Georgia Gent. No echo would. Oh, Jeremy's vids. Yeah, it seems like he's inside, and there sometimes is quite an echo. Um, it says, "Good luck, brother. We'll see you. See you soon, Michael Sewell. Peace." Okay, guys, I'm gonna peace out. I'll see y'all next time. I am very thankful and very grateful to all of y'all. The friendship, the love, the fragrance, passion, and of course, the incense still is kind of going. Anyways, thank y'all so much for being here with me, hanging out, and for all the love and the support, and for all that y'all do. Y'all are awesome, and I really do love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. Anyways, again, Centaur Fragrance Channel. My name's Benjamin. Wear what you love, rock what you got. Y'all know what it's all about. Thank you, man. Love the positivity. Yeah, I'm here for you, Georgia Gent. We got that family going. I'll see you next time, man. Fragrance peace, family. Fragrance peace. I'll see you.